The threat which has hung over Britain for months suddenly becomes reality. Drivers and firemen desert their footplates, the fires are drawn, and our economic life suffers a stranglehold which no other group of skilled workers could have imposed. A strange way to convince the public that the loco men's claim is just. At stations and depots, the footplate men mount their pickets, while at the Hampstead headquarters of their union, the executive meets, for the time being, a more powerful body than Parliament itself. Assistant Secretary Albert Hallworth proclaims that the union could and would hold out for 3 months if necessary. Meanwhile, industry and the public must presumably put up with national chaos and personal inconvenience. At the great London stations, all is still. Other railway grades oppose the strike, but without the drivers they can do little, and would-be travellers can only wait and hope for the very few trains that are running. At the Ministry of Transport, Minister John Boyd-Carpenter works out how his overstrained resources can keep the goods and the people moving. Thousands of townsfolk, robbed of their Whitsuntide, sit in the sun and try to believe that Trafalgar Square's fountains are a substitute for the sea or its lions for rocks. Others, more optimistic, crowd the coach stations in the hope of a seat and the even slimmer hope of a seat back. For those who can afford it, a seat in a plane, but these too are heavily booked. Tuesday morning brings the full impact of the strike as millions try to reach their work by any means they can. By car, by someone else's car if there's room in it, by bicycle, on foot, by bus, by tube, but everywhere it means waiting, waiting and more waiting. Maybe they'll get there, maybe not, or maybe they won't get back home again. Here and there a train is running, including the famous Flying Scotsman from London to Edinburgh. We know our stations best, bustling and full of life. And this is how they will be when sectional interest gives way to sanity.